You know, most viruses are kind of straightforward. They get in, they attack, and your body fights back. Simple. But HIV, it's on a whole other level. It's not just an invader. It's more like a saboteur, a spy that doesn't just fight our body's defenses, it turns them against us. It basically starts a civil war inside our own immune system. So how on earth does it manage that?
Stay with us for exciting insights and amazing discoveries ahead.
I mean, really think about that for a second. How can one tiny, microscopic virus be so clever that it can dismantle one of the most sophisticated defense systems in nature, our own immune system? Well, that's the big question we're going to unpack right now.
So it all starts with a brilliant and honestly terrifying military strategy. HIV doesn't just launch some random chaotic assault. No, it's a specialist. Think of it like a highly trained assassin with one very specific and devastatingly effective target.
We're focusing on HIV-1 here, which is the most common type, and it has one single mission: to systematically disarm the body. Its goal isn't to attack your lungs or your liver directly. It's to take out the very soldiers designed to protect them, our white blood cells.
Precision is absolutely key. HIV doesn't just attack any foot soldier. It goes straight for the generals, the command and control centers of the entire immune army. These are called CD4 cells. By attaching itself to them, it takes over the very cells that are supposed to be coordinating the entire defense. It's wild, right?
Just attacking the command centers isn't even the most ingenious part of its strategy. The truly clever part is how it then tricks those command centers into building its own army. It's a full-on hijacking of our cellular machinery.
To understand this hack, you kind of have to know the code. See, our bodies run on DNA. It's the stable double helix master blueprint for everything. The virus, on the other hand, it carries its instructions as RNA, a more unstable single-strand code, and that difference is the key to its entire deception. Okay, so here's how it all goes down. First, the virus injects its RNA into a healthy CD4 cell. Then, and get this, it uses the cell's own tools to convert its RNA into viral DMA. Next, it actually splices that new viral code right into the cell's master blueprint. And from that moment on, that cell is compromised. Instead of making things to keep you healthy, it starts reading the new, malicious code and just churns out thousands of copies of the HIV virus.
And that, right there, is the core of the problem. The body is literally tricked into becoming a factory for its own enemy. It's the ultimate inside job, turning the body's own production lines into a weapon against itself.
So as you can imagine, this hijacking triggers an all-out war inside the body. But this isn't a quick battle. It's a grueling, decades-long war of attrition, and it's often fought completely silently for years.
First, your body detects the invasion and launches a massive counterattack, which feels a lot like a bad case of the flu. But after that, the conflict goes quiet. For up to 10 years, the virus just multiplies in the background while the immune system fights like mad to keep it in check. This is that long, silent war where the real damage is done, often without the person even knowing they're infected.
To really understand the scale of this war, just look at the daily casualties. Every single day, HIV destroys between 1 and 2 billion of the body's white blood cells. I mean, that's just a staggering number.
But our bodies are incredible war machines. To counter that loss, the immune system produces over 100 billion new white blood cells every day. It's an amazing testament to the body's resilience, constantly replenishing its army to stay in the fight.
But you know, even the most resilient system has its limits. That level of production and destruction just can't last forever. Over the years, the relentless assault from HIV slowly wears down the body's ability to produce new soldiers, and the balance of the war begins to tip in the virus's favor. This tipping point is where the story takes a critical turn. When the immune system's forces are finally depleted, the body becomes vulnerable and the infection progresses to its most advanced stage.
Now, it is crucial to understand this. AIDS is not a separate virus. It's a syndrome, a set of symptoms and conditions that happens when the HIV virus has caused so much damage that the immune system has essentially collapsed. The body's fortress has fallen.
And we can actually measure this collapse precisely. A healthy person has over 500 of those CD4 command cells in a tiny cubic millimeter of blood. As HIV progresses, that number drops. When it falls below 200, that's when an HIV infection is officially diagnosed as AIDS.
With the fortress down, the body is left defenseless. The
The symptoms are severe: constant fevers, weight loss, chronic illness. But the real danger comes from what are called opportunistic infections. Illnesses that a healthy immune system would easily fight off, like a common cold, can suddenly become life-threatening.
For decades, this was pretty much where the story ended. But today, we have reinforcements. Modern medicine has developed a way to intervene in this war and give the body the upper hand once again.
This intervention is called Antiretroviral Therapy, or ART. It's a cocktail of drugs designed to do one thing: stop the virus's production line. ART attacks that hijacking process itself, preventing HIV from making copies of itself.
A great way to think about it is that ART basically ties the hands and feet of the virus. It doesn't kill it, but it completely neutralizes its ability to replicate and spread, giving the body's own defenses the breathing room they need to recover and rebuild.
It's really important to understand that ART is not a cure. The virus is never fully gone from the body. But it is an incredibly powerful form of control. With consistent treatment, people with HIV can suppress the virus to undetectable levels, allowing their immune systems to recover and enabling them to live long, healthy, normal lives.
Now, understanding how to control the virus also means understanding how it spreads. About 75% of transmissions happen through sexual contact. The rest are primarily from shared needles, from mother to child during birth, or through contaminated blood products, which just emphasizes how important public health awareness and prevention are.
So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this: HIV wages a devastating war of attrition against the body. But thanks to the strategic reinforcements of modern medicine, it is a war that the immune system can now win. It no longer has to fight alone. That leaves us with a final thought. The story of HIV is a story of a brilliant biological foe, but it's also a story of incredible human ingenuity. If we can learn to strategically manage a virus this deceptive and complex, what other seemingly impossible biological challenges are now within our reach?